Greetings, you beloved people. All right. And I say beloved because you're most favorite to me out of all things in existence. So look, I got a reading out of a book titled The Wounded Wound. And I wish to share some of this message with you. Written by the great Dr. Phil Valentine. He writes about the crystal essence. To the ancients, all right? Any loss of blood was a tragedy. Blood was considered the crystalline essence of life. And they knew how traumatic it was to the total organism if any amounts were lost. Your precious blood was you. Losing blood is a shock to the system, plain and simple. On the average, our bodies must manufacture nearly 2,004,000 red blood cells every second, which is a ridiculous amount to have to produce within that given period of time. For it requires a severe expenditure of vital force to accomplish this. Scientific evidence has shown that a blood cell has the capacity to live indefinitely if given a stress-free, nutritionally stable environment. But if a toxic or stress-inducing agent is introduced into the environment, it divides. Now, what does this tell us? It says that circular division after attaining adulthood and the constant replacement of erythrocytes by the body may very well be an unnatural process after all. Unnatural because nature has shown that when the environment is harmonious and stable to an organism, there is no abnormal stress exerted, and therefore no exhaustion of vital forces or force in a self-preserving effort to defend itself. So, without stress, the cell does not multiply. With stress, it does. Ergo, cellular division, as it occurs in an adult human body today, is most likely a suicidal attempt by the collective organism to abnormally maintain its biostatus agents. Status against the stressful, polluted environments within which it has to function daily. Cellular division after maturity should therefore be considered a defensive act. As a result of this continual and drastic depletion of vital life force energy, the body degenerates and prematurely dies of systemic exhaustion in stages and degrees we call aging. And this is why bleeding each and every month cannot be natural. This is why the female reproductive system finally crashes into biological entropy, to that final phase of cellular exhaustion and depletion of commonly known as menopause. Beloved, he writes, the series of ecological and wartime catastrophes occurring over the last 75 to 100,000 years has caused so many mutative changes within the total spectrum of world humanity and planetary life in general, that we no longer know what constitutes true and lasting health for the human body anymore. Today, We study its present construction and believe the evolutionary rhetoric of Western anthropological authorities that modern-day humanity is the best specimen that Homo erectus have ever presented to this world. As a consequence, we have all settled into the aforementioned state of complacent pathologically, as if it were all somehow par for the evolution course. So Dr. Phil Valentine goes on to say that the fact that we need glasses to see what's directly in front of us while the Dogon people map their cave sanctuaries with the precise and exact coordinates, distance, location, names, births, and death dates of stars, planets, and solar systems is languishable by comparison. It becomes even more embarrassing when we note that this modern-day crown of evolution and world civilization had to build a monastery like the Hubble telescope just to begin to speculate about the Dogon and other advanced ancient civilizations already saw and knew firsthand. All of these things don't seem to factor into the final assessments and analysis of European anthropologists. Whenever they, and as we do quote in that whenever they attempt to formulate their theories of what humanity may have truly been like before they came into the prominence, or what it has subsequently become as a result, everything about present-day humanity shows us that how far down the de-evolutionary scale of life we've fallen as spiritual beings. Spiritual beings. And one of the primary pieces of evidence to substantiate this fact is the monthly hemorrhaging of our human female.